Surfboards.
Hey, what's going on, Greg? It's Ryan. How long have you been shaping?
I would say since 85.
Where are you from and where's home now?
Actually, I grew up in the Bahamas and moved to New Smyrna Beach in about late 81 and been here ever since.
Who do you have glassing your boards?
Right now, I'm doing most of the glassing myself. We just lost a laminator about probably 8 months ago. I've been doing it along with a guy, Frank, has been helping out too.
Sounds like you guys are hiring.
We are hiring. Just can't find anybody.
How do you measure surfboard value?
I think because it's still, we have CNC machines, but a lot of it, all our design has been done by hand and tried and true and a lot of sweat equity into it. So I just put it into quality, and there's a lot that goes into them that I think a lot of people don't know, little changes that make a board good or bad. I'd say just experience and tons of time.
What's the first thing you check when QCing your boards?
For me, I just make sure the finishes look clean. I've got a really good sander, so I know, and laminations usually go on really tight. So, we don't usually have a burn issue or anything. I just look for everything looking clean. Edges look, are equal. Just the finish mainly on it.
Do you order custom blanks?
Yeah, we do some custom. We use some stock. We definitely get our own customs. We get everything pretty much for us. We've been using Millennium Foam pretty exclusively, and then we do all our own epoxy blanks in-house.
What's your PU to EPS build ratio?
Maybe 70% PU and 30% epoxy.
Who's been giving you feedback on your boards?
Pretty much both my sons, and then I've got a couple good guys. I've got Noah Schweitzer that's been on riding boards. I've got Bo Rayner that's up in Outer Banks. And then just a lot of my friends. I've had a lot of good friends that surf pretty well that have been riding my boards since the 80s. So I hear it from all of them, especially my sons. If they get a bad one, they let me know.
How close do you keep your eye on surf contests?
I keep an eye on it. I probably don't watch them as much as I used to. I used to just every surf contest, mainly because my sons were in a lot of them. But I still keep an eye on them and watch a lot of the CT and kind of watch still some of the QS stuff. And it's always good because I was more of a performance guy growing up. So, it's fun to see the evolution of surfboards and surfers.
Custom board versus stock board off the rack.
Custom board, I think. We do a lot of customs. I have shops and we do the stocks, but I probably do equal amount of customs as I do of stocks. I think with a custom board, we can fit the skill level a lot better than, grouping everybody into, 5'10", a certain size and this. They can come in, and if everybody surfs a little different. Some people are front foot, some people are back foot. They can get that ride of the board tailored better to them. So, in turn, catch more waves and have more fun.
What's your custom to stock build ratio?
I'd say I'm almost 50-50 right now.
Do you have any surf shop employees that maybe you'd want to give a little shout out to?
I would give to the Surf Spot, which is the Zapone family. They've pretty much backed me a lot, and we do a lot of twin fin experiments with those guys. And then obviously my hometown one here, Red Dogs. I'd say I got Ocean Magic in Jupiter, and then Ocean Surf Shop in Charleston. There's a few others scattered up the coast we do.
What do you think about board reviews on the internet?
I think it's helpful to a lot of guys to look at them. Obviously, you're going to get a couple of them are going to be opinionated to, how they surf when they do this. Say, there's some that I see take them, put them on a rack, talk about them, and then there's other guys that ride them. So I think sometimes with that, you got to take into consideration the surfer, and how he surfs. And it might not be your style. It might not be, you might be heavier. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. But overall, I think, some of the good ones, they explain pretty well the board and what it does. And I think it educates the public.
What's something most people don't know about Orion Surfboards?
Pretty much all the Orions are 99% shaped by me. So I don't have a ghost. I've been doing it since day one that way, which has probably hurt me because I've needed ghosts, but, I pretty much do all the shaping. Everything when you get aboard, it's pretty much everything is shaped by me.
Who's your stab in the darker shaper?
Let me think about that. There's so many good guys. I guess I'd have to think about that one because it'd be unfair for me to pick somebody, and when there's a lot of guys that are just shaped pretty well that haven't had a chance to do that. For me, I can't really pick one.
What's the craziest custom board order?
Gosh, I've been around long enough. I've pretty much shaped everything from 6 channels to double wing 6-channel swallowtails, off the tail. So for me, we probably get more crazy art, which I used to have a really good art guy. So I think for us, it's more that type of stuff versus boards, because I think I've been through so many variations, of boards. I mean, we're starting to do some foil boards now. So for me, that might be the crazier things. Those guys are pretty technical on those things. So, but as far as surfboards, I don't think I've had one too crazy.
Greg, do you have anything new in the works?
For us, I guess I'm working with Eric a lot more on this twin fin fish line, which is kind of, not super retro-y, and it's not all the way so high performance no one can ride it. It's kind of been this middle road. We're working a lot with those, and then my younger son's been coming on helping me, and we're doing some of his performance board style stuff. He helps me ride all the models we come out with for the year. So that's kind of it. I mean, we're still doing the standard stuff and, trying to fit in the little gaps out there.
Greg, one of the things I like to end with is some word association. I'll say a word or phrase, and if you can just say the first word or phrase that comes to mind.
Okay.
Eric Geiselman.
He floats around like a butterfly. He doesn't have a worry in the world. Anytime he paddles out, he's one of the best guys in the water.
Evan Geiselman.
I'd say technical. He's the machine.
Guava Drive.
Been on this road for 25 years.
Olympic swimming.
I swam a lot of miles.
Wave Tech glassing.
Been around for 35 years.
I was going to even say maybe just hiring.
Yeah, hiring. I just said hiring. You're right.
Greg, thanks so much for the time. What's the best way to get someone on an Orion surfboard?
They can hit us through the Instagram, Orion Surfboards, or go through the website, which we'll have a new one here coming up pretty soon because our website's a little dated, but that is orionsurfboards.com.
All right, Greg. Well, thanks so much, man.
No problem. I'll talk to you here soon.
All right, sounds good, Greg.
Thanks. Bye.